Hello. Âu Lạc hả? Ôi难得 从哪里来？大陆，全部到大陆。OK， 还可以吗？阿弥陀佛，菩萨保佑。第一次看到。是第一次来。我高兴看到你们来，哈，等你们来吃饭的。今天我们有请多3位，太好了，高兴，越来越好了呢。OK， 今天好事情。Hi, how are you guys? I think I drink a little water. If you don't eat anything, you drink water, also good. Okay? Has a lot of nutrition inside. Really, in the air also, the water, the sun, everywhere has nutrition. Just our body cannot absorb it, not habitually absorb these things. Very good. Something, not just water, lemon. Good for me. 谢谢光临啊，两位。When you became a monk or nun, you have different name. And first of all, you shave your head. Yeah. And afterward, you can grow back. You know, it depends on the order. Yeah. The Hindu monk, they let their hair grow also. Because if they wander around, they don't have money to go to the barber shop, and they don't have equipment to shave their hair, so they let their hair grow. So if you see a monk with long hair, don't think he's not a monk, okay? Or a nun, yeah. Some monks and nuns in India, they don't wear any clothes. Really, zero. Don't think any negative thing about them, okay? Still need to take reverence, because these things they do, you cannot. You cannot, yeah? At least they're strong, okay, in their determination to find the truth. By doing that, whether or not they find the truth is another question. But still, their strong will, their determination, their thirst for the truth, make them forget everything, forsake everything. That's enough for you to revere them, okay? And to help them with whatever you can, okay? I always make offering to monks and nuns, whatever order. Catholic, Hindu, Tibetan, Buddhist, Jain, Muslim also, okay? If I know, I always make offering. Yeah. Very respectfully, with love also, and wish them well. How's Mongolia? Good?
Good, very good, Master.
Yeah, wonderful. Every country good, yeah? Yes. USA, France, USA, Australia, somewhere? No? Oh, why you sit so far? Mexico? Yeah. Costa Rica? Korea. Yeah, Korea. Today I read you another story. I have a note. I will read it after, or in between. Now, we know Lord Mahavira was the most ascetic monk that we have known up to now. Yeah? Maybe there are more, but the history did not write it down because maybe they don't have disciples to write it down. or maybe they don't ever recount their story to anyone else. Mostly the ascetic monks or nuns or practitioners, they just go into a jungle or somewhere very far away from any disturbance and interference of humans' energy and minds. They can disturb you, of course. They don't need magic power. If they're very strong-minded, they can send disturbance to you with or without their knowledge. Some people don't do things on purpose. It just happened that they're strong will and they have some trouble in their mind, and then you will also perceive it. That's why most of the monks and nuns in the old time, they go far away from the city. Yeah, maybe they live together, or maybe they live alone, but they don't chitty-chatty all day long. They live together because they have the same ideal, same direction, yes, of practice. They wanted to know the truth, yes, and they try their way. And I told you many times, several times before, that if you follow the Buddha's teaching and you became a monk or nun or even lay person at home by yourself and you follow the precepts, then you will also be liberated. Even the Buddha is no longer in the world. But the Buddha is always in the world. His body, physical appearance, only left our eyes, our physical eyes, our physical perception. But the Buddhas, the saints, never leave us. Okay, they are always around, helping us. If we are sincere, then they will help us. Not because they discriminate the sincere one and the not sincere one. It's just because if we are sincere, we will purify ourselves with that determination and sincerity. And then we have no border around us, around our magnetic field. So the Buddha can easily bless us and help us to uplift the Buddhas or the saints. Don't think I'm preaching only Buddhism. The saints. Buddhas mean saints of the highest order. In these shadow worlds, they sacrifice everything for us. And they help us all the time, just that we don't know it. And we cannot perceive it because we are blind, deaf, and ignorant. But because we don't see them, mostly we are blindfolded by our karma, ignorance, or whatever ambition we have. So we think the Buddha has gone to Nirvana. He has gone to Nirvana for sure. But he has never left the world at the same time, okay? It's just the terminology saying that the Buddha has gone to Nirvana, or this saint and Jesus have gone to heaven is not true. Because they are saints, they are Buddhas. They always have compassion and mercy for all beings, the suffering in this world and any other worlds in the shadow universe. So they linger, they left some connection. If we pray to them earnestly, sincerely, without any low motive, for noble purpose, they always respond. The sincerity makes us pure, and it's easy for us to receive. Like it's raining, the rain doesn't discriminate the bushes from the rocks, from the earth, or anywhere, or good or bad person. The rain just rains. But if we are inside a cover, then we don't get the effect of the rain. Or the sun also, when it shines on everybody. Yeah? It doesn't think, oh, this person is bad, that person is good. Even if a good person stay inside a house, and the sun also cannot reach. That's all, okay? Similar to Buddhas and saints. They're always around. They're always with us all the time. We rejected them. Not knowingly, but by our actions, our thoughts, and our speech. When not pure, not sincere, or harmful, then we obstruct ourselves, as if we reject the blessing of the Buddha, the saints. All the saints since time immemorial, whether or not they incarnate on the planet in a human body or invisible, or they live forever. For example, like Babaji in the Himalaya, whether or not they live forever in the physical body or in the invisible manifestation, they always thinking of us and wanting to help us. That's the only thing they do, helping all sentient beings. It's just that sentient beings cannot always perceive it or receive it fully because of obstruction of karma, ignorance, all kind of false conception or thinking. So in any situation, when you're really desperate, just pray. Pray to the living Buddhas or the past Buddhas. They all will help. You are never alone, unless you choose to be. You choose to be. Meaning, you don't need any help. You don't believe in any Buddhas, any saints, any gods, anything. Then, of course, but the Buddhas are still standing by. The saints are still standing by in case you turn around. They never leave us, okay? Don't worry that you're alone. You're never alone. Worry about yourself, about your karma, your mind, your ignorance, your own stubborn nature. Some of you cannot come to the new land for some reason. Do not blame anyone except yourselves, okay? Not even your families or your friend who obstructed you. Blame yourself only. There are something within you that you have not discovered. You must take any opportunity to go deeper inside you. Because if things sometimes go easy, we think that we are okay, we're good. No, truly. Only the discerned eyes can see that we have problem. We ourselves sometimes cannot. Just like the jewelry, like diamond, only the expert eyes can see whether it's real or fake. It has a flaw or is it perfect. You know that. Nowadays they have magnifying glasses, which also helpful in some way. But it doesn't beat the expertise of the trained eyes. So Master, Saints, Buddhas see all this, but they do not mind. They only feel sorry for us. But feeling sorry for us doesn't mean it helps us in some way. We are the one who must help ourselves. Similar to some of us, when we practice even Kuan Yin method, and we arrive to some special stage, as I told you in Suragama Sutra, many different states that we arrive to. Do not feel proud, because when you feel comfortable, that is when you have trouble. The road is long. Always have to pray for the Master power to help you, okay? And all the Buddhas and saints to help you. Otherwise you will fall. Kuan Yin method is the safest one. The Buddha said there are 84,000 methods of practicing. Why did the Buddha only recommend Kuan Yin method? The inside sound, the original sound and the original light. Why? Anybody knows? A fan? Pen? Souvenir? No? You pretend you don't know all the time. You always try to make me feel good, like I'm the only one who knows everything. I pretend I know something. I pray to the Buddha to enlighten me, to tell you. Many methods, very arduous, very difficult to practice. And one of the methods is very, very common to you, very well known to everyone, from animals to humans, but very dangerous to practice. That's the thing. That's one of the methods, one of the 84,000 methods, that very, very rare being taught and very difficult to practice until perfection. Which one? Anybody happen to know? It's very familiar to you. Daily you know it. Man, woman, teenager, they know already. They don't. Yeah, tell me. No, that is not difficult. I say it's very difficult. Pleasant, but dangerous. Which one is that? I gave you so much hint, you don't know. Every day you know about it. Except the monks and the nuns, of course. And they also know, they just don't practice. Yeah, I thought you knew. No. Okay. Well, you practice how many years and you have no wisdom? You cannot guess?
Being awake.
Being awake? All day, 24 hours? You must be joking. I can't do that. I sleep, tell you. I sleep on the job even. When I doing some documents, and I was so tired, I slept. I told you last time, and my snore woke me up. I didn't tell you?
Yes.
I'm not ashamed to tell you. My body is different from my soul. And my soul is different from my master power also. I slept sometimes during checking a document or signing stuff. Yeah. At least I don't sign when I sleep, and that is something good. Okay. I make sure I sign when I'm awake. If I'm sleepy already, then I don't do anything. Either that or I go eat something, and then it wakes me up also. Because after eating, you forget the sleepiness, you feel the taste of the food, and after that you must go brush your teeth quickly. After eating, you must brush your teeth quickly to protect your teeth. Then, by the way, you also wash your face because you brush your teeth and the toothbrush foam go all over you, and then you wash your face, then you're awake. Also, okay. So nobody knew? Huh? You make me come every Sunday and then you don't know anything. How nice. It's a little bit also shy for me, embarrassing for me to say it, but I have to tell you, okay? Maybe you can make use of it in your daily life, in your family life. You know what that is then, now?
Sex.
Good. Who's that? Who told me? Did you hear that?
Yes.
Okay, right. The physical intercourse between man and woman, that's one of the methods of practice. But don't try. Only those who have family already, then try to limit it. And even if you have to do it, mostly for the purpose of having children for some reason. But even then, sex is not for recreation. Sex is not for physical enjoyment. Sex is not even for love. It's for enlightenment. Truly, it is for enlightenment. God has given us this physical mean, but then many people abuse it. Most people abuse it for self-pleasure. It's not for pleasure. It is for enlightenment, truly like that. The physical intercourse between man and woman, that's one of the methods of practice. But don't try. Only those who have family already, then try to limit it. And even if you have to do it, mostly for the purpose of having children for some reason. But even then, sex is not for recreation. Sex is not for physical enjoyment. Sex is not even for love. It's for enlightenment. Truly, it is for enlightenment. God has given us this physical mean, but then many people abuse it. Most people abuse it for self-pleasure. It's not for pleasure. It is for enlightenment, truly like that. In India, there are some school that teach tantric yoga. If it's a real tantric yoga, they include the studying of the physical contact with the opposite sex. But you must control it. You just perform the physical action, but you do not continue until the end. You have to stop before it ends. Then all your energy will rise up and you could see the light. You could even hear the inner self at that moment or a little afterwards. It's not immediately, maybe not. Maybe not when you stop the highest peak of the action, yeah? So you do not waste your energy and your physical stamina as well as physical precious energy, and spiritual energy as well that comes with that. This method hardly can be taught and hardly can be learned. But if you want to try, you can. If you're married, you can try that. See how you feel afterward. Then you can believe what I'm saying. Okay? You can see the light flood into you or flash into you. Hear the sound, overwhelmingly strong and beautiful. But it doesn't last forever. Because it's difficult for you to remain in samadhi after that. You still feel very exciting. You still feel this arousal of some sensation and desire. Just you put it under control only. That method hardly found any good master to teach. Some so-called teacher and master make use of that for problem, for abusing the pleasure of it. I have met one. I didn't try anything with him, please don't think nonsense. He was a Tibetan monk from England, but he studied with a Tibetan master. The master was probably good. Maybe was good as well. But his wife staying behind in England and teaching this method after learning. And then he told me that she's not really teaching it. She's just making use of that for her own desirous pleasure. And that, he told me, influenced him, affect him even all the way to India. I forgot all this long time already, but now I talk about this, I remember this incident. I met him in Dharamsala, where the Dalai Lama resides, and many monks, nuns, and schools to teach monks and nuns and lay people about Buddhism. Yes, it's a beautiful place. And all the hills are covered with rhododendron when it's time. All the hills are covered, beautiful, beautiful places. I could stay there forever because the house there are very cheap. Actually, it's a mud house, and many holes on the wall and a hole on the roof. You have to find a corner where the rain cannot come in. But the scorpion and snake can still come in and sit with you. Maybe they wanted also to become Buddha. Same direction with me, so they did not bite me at all. Sometimes I wake up from sleep or somebody, I have to remove them carefully. Don't try that. If you go to Himalaya, you want to remove them, you bring a bag with you for the snake, okay? Snake, they like to crawl in the bag. They won't harm you if you give them a bag. But with a stick, long stick, okay, and open the bag with the other end of the stick and slowly let him go in. Use your mind to tell him, please come in there, it's warmer, it's nicer, it's better there, it's safer. If you have this mind power. Otherwise, just wait patiently. Don't move too fast. And the scorpion is easier, You can use a small cup or something and put him inside and slide a piece of paper or cardboard underneath and put him in a big rock. They like that. Same with centipede. Same with all these kind of insects. They will not harm you. Well, I hope. I hope. They did not harm me, but I'm not sure, about others. They did harm the person next to me. As I told you before, I slept on top of the mud house, the roof, And there are several of them also. There's one lady, a young girl next to me. Oh, they beat her in black and blue. We rushed him to emergency quick. I don't know, I left for Rishikesh after that, so I didn't know what happened to her. I think she'll be okay. I think in India they should have some preparation for this kind of incident because there's a lot of them everywhere. So they probably are prepared somewhere in the ashram or small hospital, In Rishikesh, it's not that easy to find a hospital or something, so probably they have some homemade remedy or something like that, huh? We were talking about Dharamsala. Yeah, he told me that she affect him from London because of the things he's doing. It's not proper. And he's a monk. She was not. Whatever. And then she teach that type. But she could not control herself. She has not reached a perfect control to teach and to control herself. That's why I told you it's a very dangerous method. Or maybe she has reached perfection to control herself, fine. But then because she took in disciples and too much karma that weakened her resistance or mastery of her own practice. That could happen also. Yeah. But her husband, the monk, the Tibetan monk, was not teaching any disciple and still studying with another teacher at that time. He took me to see his teacher also. And he shook his head and said, you should not look down upon this woman. At that time, I was wearing long hair. I wore a Hindu monk's robe, but I wasn't officially initiated into Hindu monk later, much later. Or is it before or after? That was before I became Hindu monk under the Giri tradition, the old, very old tradition. But I did not really wear a monk robe, it's just a robe, in the monk's color. Because I'm worried if I wear those normal dress, I will invite trouble for myself. I did sometimes before or after, I forgot. So I went to a library to look for sutras, to borrow, to read at home. And the Tibetan community under the Dalai Lama gracious direction, they also even opened a library in English. I did not ask for other languages, but I'm sure they have some also for Tibetan or Chinese. But in English we have. And you just sign your name and then you borrow a book. The next time you come, you return it and borrow another book. And I was searching around looking, and this monk came behind me. I was in the tantric section. At that time, I didn't know what tantric was. I just saw that it's sutra, practice. So I look. I read all the books already. So I was just in that section, but I did not even pick out any book yet. I was just looking, and the monk came behind me and asked me if I want to practice tantric yoga. And I asked him, what is it? So he kind of generally explained, it's a different. It's not in a very clear term of what it is, So he said if I want to practice tantric yoga, he can introduce to me, a teacher. Oh, I said, I'm not sure yet. I'm just looking around. I'm not sure what I wanted really. First, I have to study what it is in order to know whether or not I like to practice it. I'm Buddhist, I told him. I'm Buddhist and Catholic. I told him that, both. And then we talked, and then, I don't know, he followed me or not. I don't know, we met again somehow. And then one day, he asked me where I live. I say, over there in that forest, in a mud house, together with some other practitioners. Not together with them, I have my own. Each one ran a little room, together. It's actually quite cheap. The Tibetan community, they made them for practitioners who come to see the Dalai Lama, for example. So it's not like they make money or anything. Maybe that's why they could not repair the walls with holes and the roof with leaking. Yes, and I had to cook for myself and all that. Yeah. So not that 84,000 methods we can practice all of them. If you really don't want to follow any master, then just follow the Buddha, the precept. Yeah, study the sutra, stay alone, follow the precept. At least if you don't go out and interact with anybody, then the 5 precepts or 10 precepts good enough for you. And being vegan, okay? Live like a monk or a nun, without harming anyone, without doing anything that might make yourself vulnerable to the attack of the energy of bad people. Always remember the Buddha's name. Any name you choose. There are many Buddhas. You choose one that appeals to you. When I first begin to practice at home, I just read the sutra and recite one Buddha after another. Today, Kristigaba, tomorrow Amitabha, next day Kuan Yin Bodhisattva. But most of my life before, as a lay person, I like Kuan Yin Bodhisattva because of her very great compassion, and always available, according to the sutra, So I always call on her, whenever I remember or whenever I'm in trouble. She did help. I have to thank her a lot, always thank her a lot. At that time, when I was young, I went to the temple and also went to the church, I went to temple, became a temple scout, like youth scout. We do something like scouts do, but that's all. It's not much. The monks there did not teach me much. We just being a scout, that's it. And every Sunday we gather together, go into the forest or go into something, do some adventure stuff and learning how to react in the jungle, in the wild or something like that, and try not to step on insects and stuff like that. Why did I tell you this? I don't know. Why was that?
Because the Kuan Yin method is most convenient.
Most convenient, all right, convenient method. Yeah. Because you only listen to your own self-nature, okay? You need no action outside. You need not do anything. It's your own nature. So it was good that I just had this example, right in my pocket and put it out to you. Otherwise, I wouldn't know how to tell you. It's from my own experience, in the Dharamsala. Oh, my God. Because his master tell him that I am something very good. Yeah. So maybe that's why I think he wanted something from me, which I did not know I have at that time. If he asked for my blessing, and if I knew I had it, I would have blessed him. I did not know anything. I was just fumbling in my own darkness to find the light. I think he knows. His master told him something that I don't understand in Tibetan. So he thinks I'm something good. So he wants the more contact, the deeper contact, so that he can get the blessing or something like that. So after that, if I see him, I just avoid. I went somewhere else and talked to somebody. So then I don't see him anymore a lot afterward. Now, every method that maybe you encounter from your teacher or master somewhere, it could lead you to liberation in normal circumstances, provided your teacher is a master of that method. Then he can transmit it to you, the same quality, the same enlightening quality that he has. But if this master is not yet stable, maybe he just reached the mastership, but he did not have the power to sustain it. Or if he has too many disciples, then he cannot be that stable. That's why in the old time, many teachers never take a lot of disciples. Many followers maybe, but not a lot of disciples. Like the Zen tradition, Master Bodhidharma, He sat for a long time, facing the wall, alone. But he took only 5 disciples. Remember? 5. And only one of them became his successor. Remember that? Or you know or not know?
Yes.
Oh, well, I don't know if I read you that story of Bodhidharma. No? Yes or no?
Yes.
Before, yeah? Okay. The full story or just simple? Never mind, next time. Maybe. Even 5 of his disciples, only one of them really get to the bottom of what the truth is from Bodhidharma. And he really was a master. Bodhidharma was a master. 5 disciples only. A lot of people follows him, of course, because many miracles happen around him, and because of him, and from him. Yeah, but only 5 disciples he has, and only one of them truly get the essence of the Dharma. The other 4 just answer nonsense. Even you answer better than that. I am so sorry. Sorry, Bodhidharma. He knew it. Anyway, there's the truth, right? If you read his story, you know that. One of them answered something, he said, oh, you only outside the skin. And the other one say only hair or whatever. And only one is really inside his bones, meaning he correctly understood the teaching that imparted to him. That's why the Bodhidharma, after that, he left, went back to India. They think they bury him in the coffin, but it's not. He left. He left with his body as well. There are some methods you can study and learn, and you can keep your body also. And you can come in and out of heaven as well, at will. Even the normal astral king can teach you that, how to keep your body and take it away anywhere you want, without people seeing. And normally, some people can also disappear, like disintegrate into the air, and you don't find them, or hide themselves behind the sun rays, behind the wind, behind the air. Yes, can do all that. Just take long time to practice. I had all that. I had to forsake it so that I can do what I'm doing. Actually, in original spiritual term, we don't call that magical power. The magical power are from the lower level, from the 3rd level, 2nd level to the astral level. That's what we call magical power. But higher than that, we call them wonders. Wonders. And the master of higher level, they have 6 wonders. Like they can disappear, they can go through walls, they can unlock the door, they can fly in the air, they can make fire, flame, for example, like that. But these look similar to the astral level magic, but they are not. Because if the master had to use it, she doesn't owe anything to the astral world. But the normal magicians, like some of the magicians, right? They practice them. They own this power to the astral world or the second world. Mostly astral world. So they cannot be liberated. If they use their power, they stay within the control of the astral hierarchy. So that's why the Buddha Shakyamuni, precisely, forbid his disciple to use any magical power, because he knows they learned it before they met him, and they can only learn it through the astral master. Some astral beings can come to this world for a period of time. I told you already, I think in Hungarian retreat. Yes? Okay. And then they can teach you also, if you're good to them. Truly like that. Some fairy, angels, gods from a lower order, they come. And if you help them in some way, whether or not they tested you or you just help them because you are kind in their need while they are in the physical body, then they can repay you, very amply, So you hear many stories before, like a poor person helps somebody in need, and suddenly that person say, okay, I give you 3 wishes, 3 boons. Tell me what you need, and I give it to you, etc., etc. These are not just fairy tales or housewives' tale. They are true story. Okay, maybe add in a little bit salt and pepper here and there, but they are true story. Okay, you could even meet some astral being or second level being or third being on the street. You would never know. You would not know, because they look just like us. Yes. They can manifest themselves like a human or animals or anything they want, trees. Yeah. When Guru Nanak was young, he slept under a tree. And one of the observers noticed that the tree shade keep following him because the sun is shining on him and the sun keep moving. So the tree shade keep moving to protect him. Yeah. For example, like that. So the best is that you don't care who is who. Respect everyone. I, myself, personally, respect all of you. All the people outside. All the worst disciples that I ever had also. If I have to take care of them in some not gentle way, please understand. They need that. Okay? Just like you have children at home, sometimes they're too rough, too mischievous. You have to use some ungentle way to trim them. Because you never know. As the disciples, you think you're perfect. Or at least you think you're okay. You're not. Many of you are not. Okay? 64% of you are good, I said to you. Good meaning not harmful to me. But the other percent are quite a handful. Because they think they're okay. But they do not realize they are not okay. Yes. They do not realize it. They did not mean to be even proud or arrogant. They truly think they are okay. But there are things they do, things that they thought, concept that they have, action that they perform are not okay. But according to them, they think it's okay. Thus, making more and more trouble for themselves and for me to have to take care. Okay? So these so-called initiates or disciples should reflect inside. Find more time to meditate, to really check inside yourself. Not check me or check your neighbors or your fellow initiates, but check inside yourself. Have this opportunity not to be too busy. Going to retreat or going to group meditation, going to do charity work or anything. Just take care of yourselves. Be good to yourselves so that you can climb up together with other people. As I told you before, I wasn't ashamed to have told you that some of my so-called disciples are still at the hell level. Did I tell you that?
Yes.
Yeah. At my own expense, I told you that. Okay? And I try a lot still, but some of them have not came out of their own slumber. Okay, huh? So please, this is difficult for you to know who is who. Yeah? Heavens know, and they always tell me. Okay? Even if I don't see it, they tell me. They point out this, that. And even tell me the names. So you do not think that you're alone in bad or good situation. We are transparent to the whole universe. Okay? There's nothing we can hide, really. Not to talk about people who has magic or who has this clairvoyant eye that they can see your aura to know what kind of people you are. Okay? Your magnetic field says everything. Your aura says everything. Not to talk about that. Talk about invisible beings, the heavens and hells even. They see you all. There's nothing we can hide except ourselves. It's good we have this body so we don't see too much. Otherwise we'll be too scared or too sad. Sometimes people say ignorance is bliss because of that. Don't ever think that you are something, okay? And don't ever always think that maybe the person who you trust or you love are really perfect. Not necessary, okay, huh? Yes. Because sometimes the person you are so-called maybe in love with, okay? That cannot be helped because you may be enemies, past life. Then love at first sight, chup. Then don't blame me if the lover cannot come to new land. It's for your good also, as well as good for everyone else here. Because you cannot see it. You cannot see it outside. He look the same like you and could even talk sweetly and maybe volunteer to do many hard jobs. Nothing like that counts in the eyes of heavens. In the eyes of heavens, saints, only the inside counts, okay? Just like we practice the Quán method. We practice only inside. Nobody see that you practicing anything. You don't even have big prayer beads. Yes, you don't have even any clothes to signify that you're something different. They have been monks, and none, I don't mean that, okay? They have been before they met me or after they meet me. That doesn't matter. That's their choice, okay? But doesn't mean that signify that they practice Quán method even. They just stay in any temple or go out. People think they're just a monk and nuns, yeah? And you practice inside. You see the light inside. You hear the inside nature. Nobody see nothing. Nobody know who you are. Because inside, that counts. The Buddha say you turn yourself inward to hear your own nature. He didn't say use your ears to hear music outside, to hear anything. Even one of his disciples listening to the Buddha's voice in the beginning and get some enlightenment. Even Buddha did not say that is the best method. Because he knows if the Buddha is sick or the Buddha gone nirvana and human beings cannot hear his voice anymore, then how will they get enlightenment? So, of the 84,000 method, still, the inner sound, inner light are the best, the most reliable, because they're always there. It's you, it's your nature. It will never die, it never disappear, it never stop. Even your body die, it will still be there. With your astral body, with your second body, with your third body, with 4, 5, etc. body. So that's the only thing that lasts with you forever, wherever you go, whatever level you attain. Because it is you, it's your true self. That's why the Buddha emphasized that in many sutras, not just one. Okay? All the masters taught this method, not just one master. If you really have time, you study all the scripture, here and there, always mention either a different name, Shabda, that's the inner sound. For example, that is in Hindu, Sanskrit, Shabda, mean the sound. And they talk everything, it's all about the light and the sound and the true self. It's just that if you don't practice Quán method, you would not capish what they're talking about. Or capish very little, no matter what religion you follow. You don't understand the scriptures. And now, do you understand your scriptures? Yes or no? Yes. How many understand? Raise hand. I mean, different religion. How many of you understand your scripture when you read it? Only 4 or 5 people? Are you joking? The scripture, the teaching of the Buddha. I don't mean the Surangama Sutra, maybe difficult, but when the Buddha talk about the hearing inside, hearing the sound inside, seeing the light inside. Did you understand? Do you understand? Yes or no? The Buddhist? Okay. The Catholic, do you understand the sound of the thunder? The word, in the beginning of the word, meaning the original word, the original sound. Lack of vocabulary, they say the word. Because if they say the sound, the people might think the sound outside. No? I ask again, do you understand? You're teaching now. Raise your hand so I can see it. Okay, good. I'm happy. Because if you don't, please walk out of here. Because up to now, if the people who practice many years still don't understand the Buddha scripture, I mean some simple one when he talk about only the light and sound and self-nature, then please just walk out of my greenhouse. My palace, yeah. Oh, God. Or the Christian even, if you don't understand Jesus talking, even if they censor a lot, they cut a lot already, still here and there you find it. God talk, God voice like sound of thunder, and God appear like flame, like a bush, flame in the bush, but the bush don't burn. Huh? Yeah, thing like that. My God. Okay, I know. I'm not all well, but when I'm talking to you, I'm very energetic like that. I'm all in. Nothing else in my mind. Nothing, absolutely nothing, except this, except you and the present moment. Lucky I'm not running for president of any country, hey? Yes. Yeah. I beat them all. Even the people who are not able to stay or come to new land, this probably temporarily only, okay? Is the dark time of your life. Maybe you did something wrong, or maybe you thought something wrong, maybe something, or you have not tried hard enough to practice. You just practice outside and not inside. So check yourself out, okay? Not check anybody else. Not even how your president is doing, okay? See, he doing their best, as they know it, okay? In their own circumstance. They have their own problem, they have their pressure, they have other party pressure, they have people pressure. They do what they can. Don't criticize anybody, criticize yourself. That's what I advise. Now, I promise to read you the story. I try, okay? The story begins now. Next story concerns giving refuge to the demon king. Imagine that. The demon king came and took refuge in Lord Mahavira because they know who's who. This is only the 6th year, half the time of his, complete practicing. Of course, the Lord Mahavira did not know or did not think or did not promise that he will practice asceticism for 12 years. But in the book it says so. So only halfway through, the demon king already came and took refuge in him. The demons, they know. Even if they are demons, they know who is who. That is the problem. We are transparent. We cannot cheat anybody for long. And even if we can, we will have to pay heavy price for that, soon or later, this life or the next. The law of the universe will not spare anybody, no matter who you are. It's only the inside that counts, because they know the inside. Even at that time, the Lord Mahavira did not even realize his own self-greatness yet. He's only halfway through. He knows maybe he has some little power of compassion, cool the fire, or resist the demons' tricks and the snake bites and stuff like that, but he did not know that he is the Buddha yet. Still, the demons already knew and took refuge in him. I told you already, in India, I was just walking around looking for a book to read. The Bhagavad Gita is very famous. I want to know, what is it all about? I just want to read that book. And people already come follow me, want to be my disciple. the reluctant master on the Ganges River have to teach because promised already. But he had very good experience. He has absolute faith. So I came back some years later. He said, "Oh, my great big guru coming." Big guru. I'm only so small, 1 meter, less than 50 something. My big guru coming. My great guru coming. Everybody was looking. Who is your big guru? Oh, a small girl. At that time I was only maybe 30 and wearing the robe that they have never seen in their life. The Chinese monk's robe. I was already a monk. I went back to India. I had nothing to do at that time. I had only a couple of disciples. If you are destined to be in the public eyes to teach people, you cannot run away. I didn't know anything at that time. My level was not all that high. I didn't know I was going to be a master or anything. But even one of my teacher, one of my master at that time, he knows. He has a vision, and he told his secretary, his assistant, he told me, after he died, there will be a woman who come and take over. And she told me that. But of course he didn't tell me it's me now. I said, "Oh, that's nice. I wish I know who she is." And she don't tell me nothing. And then I don't know, somehow word gets out. So many of the Sikh, many of the disciples, residents in that ashram at that time, they come praising me or bow to me. It scared me to death. The old man with beautiful white dignified turban and long beard, white like this, white hair and white long beard, come and prostrate to me. My God, I was so scared. I run away. I dropped my newspaper. I'd run away. Yeah. Maybe word got out. Yeah. This secretary of that master, she could not keep secret. That I knew. Yeah. But she kept secret to me. She just say that, but she don't say nothing more. But she always check on me, At night, she always came in my room. I see when I'm still writing or doing something. Say, "What are you doing?" I was a little bit kind of awe of her, She's a master closest, And it's been a long time, and she's big and German, Wow. Long blonde hair and big and very muscular. And I'm a very small black hair and new. Just write some letters for the master. Have no position in the ashram and always came late for lunch and dinner and I'm always hungry and always want to have some chocolate and never can. All money offered to master. I thank God for that, but I had no money to buy even a piece of Indian sweet. When you don't have enough food, you will crave for sweet. Make sure you eat enough, okay? Don't be too ascetic because you need this temple. Okay, you need it. You need it. Just don't eat for greed and gluttonous reason, but eat enough so that your body function. Okay? So they can use all the energy to concentrate on the inside. Because if you don't eat enough, your body craves for something. Your mind is busy thinking of food. And you can hardly concentrate. The Buddhas and his Sanghas are different. They live in different time. Okay? At that time, there's no pollution, not much temptation, not much of the so-called civilization that can bother them too much. Okay? They don't know what Mercedes is, so they cannot even want it. The best is just to sit in a horse car. Everybody has that. Or a horse, even the best horse is just a horse. Okay? Look like every other horse outside. It's not much to tempt you. Being a monk at that time, they must go out for alms. That is a normal procedure of that time, okay? Otherwise, the Buddha could also ask his father, the king, to supply him and his monks all the things that they need and more. but he wants to follow that tradition, old tradition of monks and nuns. The monks and nuns in India, the Hindu, they still do that. They still wander around so that they don't feel attached to any place. And they receive alms whenever they have. If they don't have, they just go hungry. I don't know what method they practice. But if you want to practice asceticism, then just follow that, okay? If you want to practice Kuan Yin method, it's a different method, okay? Asceticism, you have to forego many things. You have to wear only one pair of clothes, or two maximum. One to wash, one to wear. And you eat only one time a day. Whatever is given to you, you eat. That is a different method of practice, okay? You practice the method of asceticism. You will also arrive at liberation from the three worlds. That is a lot already. I mean, you go to the fourth world maximum, okay? And maybe there, Buddha, Bodhisattva, saint will help you to climb up more slowly. But you are liberated from the three worlds, and that is for sure. If you follow the monks and nuns' practice of asceticism, okay? You must not want anything. You must not ask for anything except what's given to you. If not given to you, you just keep quiet. And you don't have a house. You don't have an abode of comfort. You must go somewhere alone. Maybe a thatch hut if somebody builds it for you. Or in the jungle, alone, under the tree. Then you will reach liberation. And you study the Buddha Sutra. Remember Buddha all the time. Whatever method you choose from Buddha as a method, you have to follow that. You cannot do anything more, truly. But if you practice Kuan Yin method, you lessen your want, lessen your possession, lessen your food, for example. But you don't have to practice asceticism if you cannot. Okay? If you, for example, eat one meal a day and your mind is still clear and don't always think of food, then okay. But if your mind is still craving for food, then please do not. Because you cannot concentrate. And because of that, the gastric in your stomach will ruin your intestine or whatever inside. And you make yourself sick. Capisco? Yes. Yes, no? Yes. Don't tell me. I didn't warn you. Just not too much for pleasure, but for living. Yeah? And for calming your mind. Okay? Similarly, this physical contact between man and woman practice that we have talked about before is also to calm the mind of some lay people who cannot forsake the life of family. Then they learn to practice that, to control themselves, to satisfy their desire, but not to waste their energy and indulge in physical pleasure and forgetting the goal. That's just to satisfy the mind, but not to harm yourself by depleting your physical and spiritual energy. But as I told you before, this method is very dangerous to practice and hardly give you much success. You must really have very strong will to follow that practice. Very difficult, okay? Just do Kuan Yin. So relax, okay? Simple. And you still can keep everything else that you need. You need, not you want, okay? Anything you need, not what you think you need. That's the difference. Do not cheat yourself, because you are the only one that can harm yourself or help yourself. You can cheat anyone else, don't cheat yourself. That's all I said, okay? Because you know, your soul knows, your mind knows. Even though your brain says, oh, I don't know, I know nothing. It's very difficult to want to be liberated from this world, very difficult to want. And then difficult to continue wanting, difficult to practice, to have it. So I'm glad you're still here and continue. Always check yourself, okay? Don't let your ego bother you, cheat you, take away your merit, take away your spiritual points and levels even. one of the Zen master in Japan or anywhere. I forgot. I read all these things before I met you. It's years already, decades already. He says that the difference between heaven and hell is just like a hair or a blade. You know, the sharp blade that the men use to shave their beauty here, yeah? Make themselves beautiful. That's the difference. So whenever we have some wrong concept, anywhere, anytime, that is when we fall down from a higher level to lower levels. Always be vigilant, okay? Cut out immediately whatever you think is not correct. Thank you. Okay. I go now to India. I invite you back to India. Few thousand years ago, meet Lord Mahavira when he truly, sincerely, earnestly, with all his might, seek the truth. So now, his title is Refuge to the Demon King. My God, I just read the title only and I talk so long. Brace yourself for the whole story. I'm sorry, I can't help it. I don't know, many of you must have wanted to listen to what I have said. Or not? Yes or no? Yeah. Especially that method that you practice every day but know nothing about. So I cannot help but to tell you, okay, huh? Limit that or try to train yourself, okay? You can do that. You try. You fail a few times, many times, but maybe at the end you will succeed. Protect yourself. Even if you have to do that, protect yourself. Every time you need to have that, maybe you just think you want to have children, that's all. That's all. And if you don't have any more chance to have children, then practice that. Okay? Try. At least you try. Okay? At least you try. So even in such a moment, you still remember that your purpose is enlightenment. It's difficult, but you can try. You're tough. You're Kuan practitioners. You can try. Now, the story begins. Okay? I don't know how long it takes, but it begins. Yeah, your master. Talk a lot. And then I thought I could not even come out. So tired. Just a little bit tired recently, you know. But nothing I cannot handle, don't worry. I'm tough. In the Vindhya range, there lived a hermit named Puran. As a result of his rigorous penance, he was reincarnated as the king of demons. Wow, big deal. You don't eat a lot, you don't eat nothing, or you eat every couple of days. You burn fires all around you and sit under the summer sun all day. Yeah? Or don't wear any clothes to expose yourself to freezing temperature in the winter, or hang yourself upside down for days or weeks to come, and then you can become demon king. Wow, bravo, congratulations. Do you want to try that? No, right. Very good. At least you have a little wisdom. I'm very proud of you. I wonder how you arrived to this state that you don't even want to become king of demons. It's powerful. You don't know that? Ooh. You can kill anyone as will. You can make storm, thunder, wind, rain, harassing weather anytime you want, just by thinking. You can control people's mind. You can go to heaven also, visit some higher heaven. Yeah, you can manifest yourself as a human here and harassing someone that you don't like or like. Yeah, or not even like or not like, just for fun. Wouldn't that be something awesome? No? Well, I'm surprised. Good, good. Now, this demon king has a name even. Yeah, his name is Chamarendra. He had a bloated ego. Wow. Isn't that familiar? Due to his natural powers and miraculous capacities. I told you. Yes. Power. Magic. Well, when through his demonic perception he came to know that the king of gods, Sakrendra, had more glory and luxury, his ego was hurt. There's a bigger God, yeah, higher God. Yeah, the more you practice or the more you do penance or meritorious deeds, the more power you have. The more power you have, the higher rank you will get in the hierarchy of heavens. There are many different heavens, okay? So this king of demons, he felt very jealous with the higher God who has more luxuries and more glory. Yes, more retinues, more citizens, more power to govern in heaven. So he feel hurt. His ego is hurt actually because if he doesn't feel he's a big shot, he wouldn't have feel hurt, right? So if he felt he's a big shot, deserve more, that means he has big ego. Now, this guy, this is the king of demons, he prepared to attack the abode of Sakrendra, the Saudam Vidman, with his demonic arsenal. You heard the story that heaven and astral being sometimes have fighting, all the time, often, and sometimes heaven wins, sometimes the astral wins. It depends on what happens. It depends on how much merit the king of that heaven has, or his retinues have. That's the other thing. And also depends on how much time does this king of that heaven has to rule as a king of heaven. Because king of heaven, they have their time also. They die one day. Yeah. They have flower and decoration all over their heads. But when the flower begin to wither, one, and then another few hundred years, another one, then he knows his time is up, almost up. Then they worry a lot. They have gray hair. So if that king of heaven, that the demon king of the astral level want to attack, already time's up, you understand? Or has less merit now, because he spent it all in heavenly leisure, then it's possible that the astral troop will win. Win doesn't mean they can come up there and be the king of heaven to replace that king. No. Meaning they will have more power. They take some magic or some power from that higher heaven and use it for themselves, and they become more powerful. And they wait. Then that king, the higher king of heaven, have to surrender to them and give them many things, including power. But the king of heaven's position doesn't mean that anybody win that king of heaven then can replace him. No. It cannot be like that. It has to be earned by merit. By merit, yes. In the former lives, yes. You remember some story I told you about some king? He lived for many thousand years, and then he feel that he has one gray hair and feel very afraid. So he forsake his kingdom, go into the forest, and practice some penance method to gain the kingdom of heaven, to become king of one of the heaven. Remember that?
Yes.
Okay. So therefore, this king of heaven is not easily replaced by any other more powerful agents. Not like in our world. Sometimes, one person or one group attacking one king and then seize the throne of that king. It's not like that. It's not like that. So, in case he failed, he prepared all the arsenal, all the poisonous weapons and power he prepared. But then he worried that in case he faced defeat, he wanted support from someone more powerful than him. He gets some allies, allies, right? Yeah, some friends, neighboring astral king, something like that. You must know the astral level alone has 120 sub-levels, okay? Before it reaches the second level, it has 120 different levels. Each level like that has one king of demons, okay? Therefore, he is not alone in the astral level. So he is going around to have alliance with other king, maybe higher, yeah, whomever he can befriend. So on searching, he found that Shraman Mahavira was the most suitable person. Imagine he doesn't make friends or supporting allies with other kings, but he look around because they know, even astral level beings or kings or demons, they know who is who. If they want to search for, they will know it. Thus, you heard many stories that the king of such and such heavens came down and make the Buddha suffer. When the Buddha in former life, as a human being, searched for the truth, they came down. They know who is who, because they were shake. At the moment, the Buddha to be, okay, don't just talk about Sakyamuni Buddha, any Buddha, the Buddha to be, who truly want to become Buddha, to liberate himself and other beings, the moment he wanted only, all the heaven already begin shaking. Because all these heavens are not true, not real. It's inside the illusion, inside the dream world, okay? Inside the computer game, the big universal computer game. So it's not real. Huh? So they were all shaken. And therefore they know what happened. They look down and say, oh, that person wants to be Buddha. Oh, not that easy. I'm going to stop him. I'm going to hinder him. At least I'm going to test him to see if he's real or he just wants to take my place, yeah, as a king of God. So many would like to trouble a practitioner, a sincere practitioner who wants to know the truth of liberation, how to liberate himself and others. Okay, now, this demon king, even though he's just a lowly king of the astral level, but, he's only a king of demons only, yeah? He's not really a king of the whole astral level. Astral level have demons, have good people also, okay? Have also good teacher, yeah, enlightened teacher who reside in the astral level to teach other sentient beings. I'm sorry I talk a little bit long, is it okay? Yes. Yeah. I told you only the title, I talked about half an hour already. Now the story, you have to be prepared. Yeah, because I have to explain to you, otherwise just reading, you don't understand nothing. I mean, you do understand the story, but many other things you must know. In the astral level, they're not only demons, yeah, not only hell, but there are different levels of heavens. And there are also teachers there, masters of high enlightened degree. Like the master of Swami Yogananda, you remember? Yes. He came back from the astral level to embrace Master Yogananda, to prove to him, to tell to him that he still loves him and he still exists. Yeah, it's not like he died and then master-disciple relationship cut. Yeah? Yeah, because Yogananda, Paramhansa Yogananda, that's his title, we have to say the whole thing. Meaning he's a great swan, liberated saint. So his master gave him that title because he knows that he's already great and liberated. Yeah. So he gave him this title, Paramhansa Yogananda. Hansa means swan. Param means not ordinary swan, mean supreme. Yeah. Param. In India, some master of the light and sound method, they call them Param saint, means supreme saint. Okay, supreme. And so Paramhansa, Hansa is a symbol of the purity and freedom. Because the swan normally The real swan, they live only in the very high altitude lake. They drink only from the pure water. And the legends say that they even eat only pearl. There's some substance of purity like that. Yeah, they're not normal. Some swan are like that, from celestial abode, they come down to become a swan for a while. Just like one story I told you about one of the wives of one of the king. She reincarnated as a flamingo, the white flamingo, for a while. Yeah, she reincarnated as a human and even married and have children. And after that, she returned back to her god husband. Remember that story? Yes. So not all animals are from karma, okay? And not all animals are physical animals. Most of them are from celestial abode. They came down for some purpose, either personally or to help humankind. Even if they don't want to help humankind, their own celestial energy also brought down some blessing to our world. So that's why we must truly respect our animals and any beings that we see. Children, you understand everything? You understand? You don't need translation? Yes, okay, good. How come today we have children? I'm surprised. All of you 12 years and above? Yeah? Wow. So young saints. Thank you. I told you I respect all of you. You know why? Because all of you are Buddhas. Inside, you're God. It's just you have to play your role. I don't know why. I'm too lazy to check out why you play this stupid role or this terrible person or good person. I don't care anyway. I know you are God inside. You have God, nature inside. You have Buddha inside. So whatever role you play, I still respect you. And whether you harm me or you help me or you hate me, you love me, I respect all of you. This is just the role you have to play for the moment, the price you have to pay, the role you have to play, the poison that has been dosed into you to make you forget. But I don't forget, okay? I don't forget who you are, who you really are. I don't mean just you sitting here. Any of the beings on this planet, even trees, rocks, any being at all. We are all playing our part in the evolution history. We will arrive one day. Sooner, later, slow, fast, we will go home. Yeah. Yes, just like Lord Mahavira. By the way, I have to remember some other things. Remind me, Lord Mahavira and his karma, okay, if I forgot. Because I have not finished with the Yogananda Paramhansa. I got stuck with his name, I forgot. His master is already 5th level saint, of course, before he left our physical world. But he is appointed to be in the astral level to continue teaching. Maybe his disciples or some good beings over there. You remember that? Did you read the story of Yogananda autobiography? You did. If you did not, please read. Please read. So that you understand more about spiritual practice and about masters and about disciples and about sentient beings, and have respect for all. I read many a Buddhist story for you so that you will finally, maybe or gradually, or one day, remember that everyone has Buddha nature inside, all beings. Because remember, the Buddha has been incarnated as human, as even swan, golden geese, as the deer, as even heavenly king, as the kings on the planet, as prince, as some even shepherds. which did something wrong to his hurt, etc., due to situation, or due to the karma he has to undertake in order to be there in that moment on this planet. For example, he incarnated many times, and he had to do many things even though he did not want to. His self-Buddha nature never wanted to, but he had to, due to the what? Contract sign. So not because you are a master or Buddha and you want to come to this world, you can immediately save sentient beings. No, you must make affinity with them, bad or good. Therefore, the Buddha liberates first 5 disciples are the 5 blood suckers, really, that eat his blood in the former lifetimes. But he willingly gave, and he said, I will liberate you when I became Buddha. Even then, the people who harmed him became his disciple. The first 5 are not like somebody who did something good to him, give him milk to drink, give him food when he's hungry, give him arms, give him clothes, nothing. Eat his blood. And he came back, give them liberation, the first 5. Do you remember or not remember? Yes. Did I tell you this story? Yes. All right, good. Now you know. Wow. Therefore, you should know all beings has Buddha nature, or maybe a Buddha incarnated to help you undergo his affinity mending, building, progress, or process. So all that story, not just to entertain you, must think, okay, and must digest it, and must let it become your self-realization. Because what I told you is my realization, not yours. But nevertheless, I'm trying to impart to you my understanding. Somehow you will get it a little bit. And then from that capital, you will invest, you will have more interest. You will cultivate it, you have interest. And you will have more, and it will germinate. It become a bigger portion of your being, of your understanding, then you will realize it also, okay? That's what the teacher is for, otherwise you could read books. Because of the energy of the realization that imparted to you also by talking, by seeing you, not just the words, okay? It's an invisible thing. The 70% imparting of wisdom, realization, understanding. 70% is not spoken. Speaking, 30% for your brain only. The rest, your mind, your beings, your other bodies, and will understand and take it in. Yeah, slowly you digest and make it become yours. Right. You see, I don't ever rest. Okay. At home, even when I meditate, I have a note behind me on my diary so that I can note down something that may be of interest to you. Okay. When I eat, even when I remember something or know something, I immediately put down my food, go to get some paper, and write it. Yeah, or get a phone and instruct something. I don't really ever rest. It's truly like that. Or when I'm sleeping, yeah, I have something, and I will know something. Then one day I tell to you something like that. For example, the method, the difficult, dangerous method I just told you, yeah, I realized the other day, a few days ago, that this Sunday I have to tell you. Maybe somebody asking this question at home. Because if they have family, they cannot avoid this. So I thought maybe I give you a little bit more help in this direction. So you don't have to leave your family or even your pleasure, but try to make it into some more noble purpose. Try, at least you try. Just like you practice Quán method in the beginning, you don't see much, only at the time of initiation. But you're still trying, okay? Trying is also a kind of success, because that means you never leave the path. You're still there. Success or not, Heavens will help. You trying, that is the best already. Okay? Because in this world, trying is all we can. We have no power. We cannot resist too many things. We don't have enough time. We don't have enough opportunity. We don't have enough time, truly. I don't know how you do this at home, truly. Because I know I work very hard also. I hardly have time. I also very tired when I try to meditate. I understand everything that you're going through because I'm going through the same. I have to work inside as well as outside and doing business and paying tax, whatever you know it. Whatever you know, I know. And I also been attacked by karma, by sometimes bad disciples, sometimes bad people outside, jealousy, envy, all kind of things, yeah? Yeah, all kind of karma also. It's not like it's not like you see me look good, smiling sweetly, telling you all these stories and wisdom. It's not like that at home, okay? It's not like that. But I learned to look good and to feel good, at least when I'm with you. And all the things, garbage, I take care alone at home. Yeah, you don't need to know all that. Just like your parents normally don't tell you about the problems they face. You know, financial problem, hard time at work, harassment by bosses or by colleagues, and all that kind of things. Yeah. And when you have argument with each other, you close the door, you don't let the children hear it. Yeah, so similarly, that's how I can sympathize with you, that I can bear you, and I can still sit here, talk to you. And never mind, I try my best, and you try your best. Huh? I'm not blaming anybody. Okay, Lord Mahavira. Now, I remember. You probably ask me a question inside your heart. We have too many people, we can't always ask questions, but I know what you ask. Like why? For example, Lord Mahavira only ordered to put some hot molten lead into one person's ear one time only. Why he has to be tortured by that person when he became a god in heaven so many times? Yeah, you would ask me that question. Some of you ask. Only one time. Why are tortured so many times? Because the interest. Yeah? It's just like when you do some good deeds, the Buddha say, công tử ú lèng. I mean, a lot of merit. Sometimes Buddha say 90 years still have that merit. And some story I told you, one person even offer Buddha just some little thing to eat one time, or even stones to offer to the Buddha with all respect and sincerity, because he had nothing else to offer, or just a very dirty piece of cloth because she has nothing else to offer. But then 90 years always have a born with a beautiful cloth, and the cloth grow as a person grow. Yeah, for example, or life after life have a lot of richness and glory, yeah, and good position because of the interest. Just like you put money in the bank, yeah, one time, you don't touch it. If you touch it, then you will have some interest, but very little. But if you lock it up for 10 years, 5 years, or more, you have lot of interest, right? You know that, right? Yes. Or if you don't know that, I can't help you. Even I know. Finally, I knew some stuff about the bank. So the same. If we do good deeds, we have a lot of merit, yeah? So the same. If we do bad deeds, a lot of interest also. A lot of bad things come, multifold. So Lord Mahavira came down as a human being, must accept all this. Because this is a norm in this world. You know, in the physical world, must have give and take, must have sorrow and happiness. Cannot have only one-way street. He has to accept that before he came down. He has to have to do that. So that later, when he practice, when he wants to be liberated, he has to pay back multiple times, one person after another, even from one person, like Shangan. He tortured him by his own power many times, again and again, non-stop. And the Buddha also. and any saint. Therefore, have respect for all beings, because they have to undergo something. You never know. Maybe they are Buddha. They came down to suffer so that they can have affinity with human beings or with other beings. You see, the Buddha don't only make good affinity, because most people in this world, I mean not most, but a lot of people, a lot of beings in this world are not so kind. So not like everybody come out when the Buddha go out, they would give him food or anything like that. They maybe reject, or they maybe slander him, they may be scolding him, they may be chasing him away. Even then, it's still an affinity. Just like the first 5 disciples who eat his blood, suck his blood, but became his monks and get liberation directly from the Buddha, the first one even. So affinity that the saints make with beings, not necessarily always good, pleasant, happy, that it would be good. Then all of the master would come down. And all beings can be Buddha or master and liberate any other beings. That would be too good. No, the Maya will not allow that to happen. He wants his debt to be paid. Even though it's all illusion, but for him, he make it real. That's why we must respect all beings, okay? You never know who is what. Respect doesn't mean you invite a bad person to come to your house and let him do anything he wants with you and say, oh, you are the Buddha and I forgive you, come again. Come again, make trouble for me, come again. No, it's not like that. Just like if some snake bites you, I told you many times, don't just invite him to your house and then give him food every day and sleep with him and please bite again because I know you have Buddha inside. Forgiving doesn't mean being stupid, huh? Avoid what you can if it makes you suffer pain. If you can, avoid it, okay? Forgive, but no more. So now go back to the story. This demon king, he saw that Lord Mahavira is the best suited person, maybe. At that time, 6 years of ascetic practice, he's very powerful. And he can see what kind of power he did already, formerly, encounter all obstacle and trouble, and he still overcome. So this king of demons immediately rushed to Samsamapur, one of the places in India at that time, where Mahavira was standing in meditation. I'm sorry, I don't always say Lord Mahavira because I didn't say Lord Mahavira and I just read on, I forgot. But that doesn't mean no respect. So when you address a Buddha or something in your altar or in your heart, you please say the full title, like Lord Mahavira, okay? Or World Honor One, Sakyamuni Buddha. Jesus Christ, Lord Jesus Christ, Son of God, whatever their title, maybe, or Prophet Muhammad, and peace be upon him, with all respect. After bowing to Mahavira, he said, Bhante, I mean, brother, no? Monk? Bhante is monk? Bhante, I, king of demons, wow. Chamarendra, am going to fight with Saudamendra Chakra. Please protect me. Chakra is the god who often come down and test the practitioner. So it's not like he's some good thing, okay? Maybe they fight within the astral level, Maybe Chakra is a little higher than him. Not necessarily a higher heaven, Higher heaven, but within the astral. And then saying thirst. He just say that and he didn't wait for any reply. He rushed to the assembly of gods and challenged the king of gods. The higher god than him who has more luxury and glory. So for a moment, Sakrendra was taken aback. This demon god, he just attacked him without warning. Suddenly, he just go to visit the Lord Mahavira, saying, you protect me, and then go to war immediately. Mahavira was meditating. He probably wasn't aware that the demon king came to him or asked any favor He still meditate. And this guy just come, you protect me, okay? And then run to attack the other god. So Sakra did not prepare, He did it too quickly, he didn't prepare. So he was taken aback for a moment. But then when he saw it was demon king, Chamarendra, he calmly lifted his most potent weapons, the Vajra. They call it diamond Vajra. Actually mean indestructible, kind of like a pestle or something. Yeah, with a round like that and then with a little handle. You can see that in some of the temple when the gods were wielding them. And these are indestructible and powerful in this world, of course. In the lower heaven world and this world, nothing can oppose that. Many of the Hufa, the Dharma god, use them to subdue some naughty demons and troublesome gods. Yeah. When they see this Vajra wielded by the Dharma god, they will run away. They don't even try to see if it works or not. They know it will work. They will smash them, crush them into powder. They'll be gone with a blink of an eye. Sakra calmly lifted his most potent weapon, the Vajra, and launched it at the king of demons. As the Vajra sped in the direction of Chamarendra, this demonic king, it emitted bright sparks and thunderous sound. Afraid of this fierce weapon, Chamarendra fled in the direction of the tree under which Mahavira stood in meditation. He fled, he went there, he didn't go back to his heaven, nothing. Because that's Vajra. It's like not just powerful, but the symbol of heaven's justice and pure power. Anyone who is not pure intention or who want to make trouble of any kind without justified cause will be smashed, crushed. I told you before, even before I read this, they run away because they know they'll be gone. Yeah, really, smitten into dust or even into nothing. Yeah. So when Sakrendra realized where Chamarendra was heading, he became worried about any possible damage the Vajra could cause to Mahavira. So he at once rushed after fleeing Chamarendra to defuse the Vajra. Yeah, he rushed after him not to beat him, not to crush him, but to try to diffuse the power of the Vajra that he just threw at him. Because if not, then maybe Mahavira will be also crushed to powder. But it was a strange scene in the sky. First, the demon king crying with fear. Then the sparkling Vajra follow him, and then the king of gods follow the Vajra. So three things, the demon king, the Vajra, and then the king of gods. Yeah. The demon king transformed himself into a tiny being and took refuge behind Mahavira's feet. So don't step on any insect. You could step on any god at that time. Maybe your power is so strong, you meditate so well, some of the gods took refuge under your feet. That's why you take care of the insects as well. He uttered, when he took refuge behind Mahavira's feet, he uttered, Prabhu, Prabhu, I'm under your protection. Kindly save me. Prabhu is a respecting title. When you address the monk, or master?
Means God. Prabhu means God.
Means God, yeah. So, anything, Prabhu or what else? Oh, many things. Bhagwan, is all about God. At this time, he called him God now, Prabhu. But many of the monks are also addressed as Babu, okay, or Baba, or Babu, or Maharaji. Yeah. In India, they are very, very respectful and polite to practitioners. and not like in some country. Hey, you monk there, something like that. No, there's no monk over there. I'm just making an example. I don't dare pointing at them. I point at you guys. Something like that. Some people don't treat monks and nuns respectfully. They should be more careful, because some monks, they have very powerful, mind force. Maybe not liberating force yet, but mind force due to their ascetic practice and penance. Penance meaning some person or some monks or some practitioner, they doing all kind of hard practice, almost like punishing themselves in different ways. Like the way I told you before, sitting on the nails, lighting a lot of fire around you under the summer Indian hot sun, for example, like that, or expose yourself to the cold just to cleanse their sins. They think doing like that, they clean their sins. Somehow it helps, at least to strengthen your power of mind, because you can withstand all that. That means you're strong, you are determined. So you strengthen your mind power. And for that, you might have some miraculous abilities as well. So do not mess with monks and nuns and ascetic people anywhere, not just in India. So he said, please save me, Prabhu. I'm under your protection, save me. So as the Vajra, the pestle, the big pestle run, about to hit him and explode, then Indra caught it, disabled it. Indra, the god Indra, who was very much fond of Lord Mahavira all the way up to now, giving him cloth, praising him, trying to protect him anytime, and wanted to be his bodyguard even, but he refused. All right, so now Indra, the god, other god, the god of rain, caught it, and so disabled it as well. So that it didn't work at that time. Okay, it didn't work. So Chamarendra was trembling with fear, and Shakrendra was boiling with anger. Lord Mahavira lifted his open palm, and blessed them both. Chamarendra and Shakrendra. Indra said to Chamarendra, Demon King, what you have done is unpardonable. That's what he said. Maybe he said something more. Chamarendra, Demon King, what you have done is bad. Bad boy, unpardonable. But by taking refuge with Lord Mahavira, Swami, you have tied my hand. Even Indra did not think that the demon king was good. Yeah, bad. But because Lord Mahavira was in front of him, not purposely protecting him, but Indra was fond of Mahavira. So he took refuge in Mahavira. So he feels helpless now. He cannot let anything happen to that little insect under his feet. Even though he became small like an insect. So he said that his hands are tight because he took refuge in Lord Mahavira. And he has forgiven you. I am leaving you unharmed. Yeah, you may go. So because Shakra god was very angry, but because Mahavira lifted his hand and blessed them with his cool, compassionate power, so maybe he calmed down then. So Indra said to Chamarendra, I don't think there was Indra would have said that. I think it is Shakra, yeah, the angry god, the god with the Vajra. Yeah, I think they said it wrong because Indra just trying to stop the Vajra, but he wasn't the one who angry or want to punish the demon king. It was the Shakra, his enemy. So it must be him who said that what you have done is unpardonable. But because you took refuge under the Lord Mahavira and he forgave you, so I also leave you alone, unharmed. You may go. Go, chalo. The demon king, free of fear, and the king of gods, free of anger, bow before Lord Mahavira and left for their respective abodes. Oh, he is free to fear, and the king of gods, both of them also bowed to Lord Mahavira, and all of them, 3 of them, went back to their respective abodes. Yeah. So you see, Lord Mahavira, even though he wasn't a fully empowered master yet, yeah, he was halfway only. And it wasn't him who lifted his hand to protect or promised to protect the demon king. Even then, because he is him, so the gods had to withdraw their anger and vengeance. You see that? A righteous person, a virtuous practitioner can protect other beings with or without intention. You can see that, right? So all we have to do, even if we don't know our power yet, or we don't know what level we are yet, just be sincere. Sincere. Keep your pure intention to want liberation, want the ultimate truth. Then all the gods will help you and respect you. Even harmful things come to you, it will be resolved. As you practice, there are many harms come to you, whether you know or not know. I have to tell you the truth. Because things happen, like if the kings of demons come, you might not even see him. Yeah? Lord Mahavira may not see him because he was in meditation. Maybe he was in a higher realm, you don't see a little demon running around there. Or his mind is not bound to this planet, so he may not even know. But then, because of him, the demon king are spared. All we have to do is just be sincere. Practice as much as we can. Sincerity, purity, humility. Okay? Then you'll be protected. Even you know the harm, not know the harm. Even you see the power that coming, wanting to disturb you or not, you still are being protected to some degree. Okay? By master power. And even if you don't have any master, the gods will protect you. Okay, huh? Right. And I could still talk, but I see the clock tell me stop. I passed your lunchtime already. Okay. I see you maybe next time, huh? Maybe next time. But I wanted to be on retreat. Yes. I have to, okay? I have to. This week, maybe short. Maybe I still see you next Sunday. But after that, yeah. After that, maybe after next Sunday, maybe not. You know, next Sunday, okay, and the Sunday after, maybe not. For maybe, I don't know, but maybe a couple of weeks. Okay? I'll come back. That's the thing. I don't just talk. I have to do my inside work. That takes more time than outside work even. When I'm inside, I don't eat, I don't drink. I don't care how long it takes. So I don't eat, I don't drink at that time. If I'm inside in the inside office, I don't care about eating or drinking. Yeah. I just drink this few sips, but I don't drink anything since I don't know how long, yesterday, because I'm too busy inside. Yeah? So it's not the talk only, okay? Yeah, talk is good for you, for your brain, for your mind, maybe for your determination, for your brain to understand what's right, what's wrong, why this, what that, but my inside work is more important, more helpful to all beings. Yes. So I have to do it, not that I don't like to see you. I love to. I love to see you. I love to see people that see with me in the same direction. The same mind, it's comfortable to be with. It's unconditional. Okay? It's easy. It's relaxing. I love to see you very much. Of course I do. Okay, huh? Yeah. Now, I go have dinner with the monks and the nuns and the foreigners and some of the working people, okay? The SMT. And please forgive me, I cannot invite all of you, okay? Who are all of you? Initiation today, new one? Come here. Come here, small Buddhas. Hey, give me this. Oh, this is fine. Yeah? Yeah. Hey, Shaupusa. You speak English? English? Yeah, come. Souvenir, right? Yeah, welcome. And thank you for being Bodhisattva. Little saint. Wow, so many. Wow. Come here, quick. How about I hula make magic and then everybody take some, huh? Yeah. So you guys take it here, this side. Everybody take some. The children. Take as much as you want. Yeah, you're welcome. You take as much as you want, okay? As much as you can have.